Hello everybody, it's Denise here, Junk Journal Junkie UK. Hope you're all well. Sorry, just straightening you up a bit. I'm well. I've just got a fly buzzing around me which is giving me a bit of aggravation. It only came in as I switched the camera on. How annoying. It obviously wants its 10-15 minutes of fame, or what is it that everyone's supposed to have? Anyway, I'm sure it will continue to annoy us, but there's not a lot I can do about it. So today the video is going to be using up your book pages, which is the September month's challenge for Tatty Treasure and Friends Facebook group. And I'm sure most of you know about it by now, but if you don't, pop over to Tatty Treasure and Friends Facebook group, and if you're not a member, join, and then craft along with us. So every month there is some kind of a challenge, and it's usually quite open, so you can do it, make it fit anything you want to do, as opposed to being something very specific. And there is a little prize at the end of every month for, well, a prize draw. So everybody who produces the right amount of things goes in the draw, and there's a little prize, so nothing to lose. So this month, September, is using up your book pages. If you can, book images, okay? Hence, we're open at June in, what have we got here? Gardening throughout the year. Now, I appreciate it is a September challenge. Look, I'm eager to get started. I'm started while I'm talking to you. But I want to use summery, flowery images for this particular video. I suppose I ought to explain to you what I'm going to do with them, didn't I? So, if you watch my channel regularly, you'll have seen me make this. So I made a cover out of magazine pages for a flower fairy. How could I forget that? Yeah, for a flower fairy journal. I'm still working on it at the moment. Actually, I'm sorry if that might just be blinding you a little bit. And I said at the time I'd made another one and put it on one side to dry while I was working on that one, and this is the one. All I've done is trimmed it down. I have put it on the what's the thing that makes the lines down the middle? The scorer. Yes, we're doing well today. So I've put it on the scorer because it is quite thick and chunky, and I've scored about 4 or 5 in the centre, one in the centre and then a couple each side, I think, just to make a bit of a rounded or a softer spine. You can see where it's coming apart a bit there, look, which won't matter because it's going to be glued, but I will stick it. So that's probably from me messing about with the spine, just so that when I add more book pages, which is what I'm going to put on it, it will bend at the spine there, because it's already been trained a little bit for me to put a signature in, because it is my intention to make a journal. This will be the cover for it, with these beautiful papers. So if you're a member of the Facebook group Tatty Treasures, you'll know what these are probably, or if you watch Tanya on YouTube, Tatty Treasures is her YouTube channel, you will know that these are some beautiful papers that she's put on. I think they're on a Buy Me a Coffee site, if I remember rightly, but you can get the link through her channel anyway, for £1. That's all it cost me, £1 for all of these. There's loads of them, and they're absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to use them as soon as I got them, but they are not landscape, they're portrait. That's it, they're portrait, and I didn't really want to cut them down and lose any, so I'm thinking, I don't know how yet, and you can see the size of the page, but it will come to me. I'm going to cut them up. Obviously I'll back them first, which is why I haven't cut them now, so that there's journaling on the back, and I'm going to create, I suppose it's kind of like recreating the book, but it will be different. It'll have different backs on it and etc. into here. Anyway, is basically what I'm trying to say. Let's not get too complicated at the moment. So what I'm going to do is cut up lots of lovely pictures, images from this huge book that I just showed you, and just cover the outside of this, outside and inside possibly, of this, and then I will sew round them. Okay, so I opened it at June because there are, I mean, I've had pages out of this book before. I'm sure I've shared it with you, I think. No, the images are just beautiful, look. and I'll be able to put them on, I think, in great big you know, big pieces. So if I put that whole thing on and then I put it on the sewing machine and sew around these squares, it's going to look really good. Okay, so I'm going to get some of these pages out, and you can see it's a huge book, so it's going to take some using up. So it's not my intention to use the entire book in this challenge, just to, sorry if I knocked you then, just to get some of it moving. It has got some beautiful winter pages at the back, autumn and winter, so I'm sure I will be using some of that for my next, the autumn ones anyway, for my next project, because I think I already said I'm only going to do one autumn project, but it's going to be a biggie. So I'll tell you more about that at the end of the Flower Fairy journal. Just so many. Okay, that's the end of the signature then. Okay, so I've got one full signature out there. Oh, this is another book that I haven't decided what to do with this yet, but this is another book that I'm going to do something in this challenge with, using up your book pages. It's massive. I've got a couple of ideas, but I'm not entirely certain yet. So I want to get this one done first. So let's have a look at the images first and get rid of the, so that's just one page. So I will be using the text pages, just not in this particular project. That's just a single page. It's a shame because they're double-sided. It's often our curse, isn't it, junk journalers? Are you all going to be single? Oh no. You've got a pretty picture on the back, I like that. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. I suppose I'd find out if I read it long enough, but you don't want to sit and watch me reading a book, do you? Daisies. At the moment I'm loving daisies, you probably know. Oops. I think I might just have to have that out of there. I don't want it getting used up and hidden. Oh yeah, and that beautiful centre. So I think I'll take, I don't want June on it, but that June might be nice for something, but I'll take that entire poppy page, because I have a feeling it might end up in the middle of the book somewhere. Right, just a little bit of chopping just to get the edges off the pages, and I'm going to cut this beautiful daisy out of here. Will it fit? Oh, not quite. Let's just trim it down a bit, because I want to put some nice neat edges on this. You know how well I cut neat edges, as in not very. Okay, so cutting out squares on here is a perfect task, yeah, for me. Am I going that way? Yeah. Can't make too much mess, can I? Oh dear, yes I can. Better not tempt fate, because I could if I tried. So we'll take this pretty one out as well. I don't know if we're straight there, are we? Sorry about the noise. I know I do bash it hard, but it does help me get in a straighter line, I'm sure of it. I know that sounds odd. I feel like it does anyway. Okay. Well, probably not, because that's not very straight, is it? But there's two. Right, let's just get the ends off these. Right, and that top strip, it's not going to fit under, but that top strip says Star Plants for June. So let's see if I can get rid of the top strips. So I've already seen a few really good projects on the Facebook page of people using up their images. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more yet. Give me a few ideas of things I can be doing with mine, because I am a bit of a book collector, and to be honest, when they're sitting on the shelf I'm not really looking through them, whereas if I'm making things with them I do get the joy of...
I'm not sure.
Oh, she made me jump out of my skin then. I don't know what I said that sounded like her name, but it seems she's not sure either. What was I saying? Yeah, at least I get the joy out of looking at them while I'm using them. Okay, so that should fit in there now for me to... I mean, the beautiful book pages, they've got like the... in fact, I might just cut them straight like that, because they've got the sort of shadow in. Yeah, it goes over the edge of the page, the image, that's what I'm trying to say. I might need the bottom off them as well. That's going to be a scissor job too, isn't it? Now I'm going to have to decide which side of the pages I want as well. Like I say, the joy is getting to look at the beautiful pages while you're using them. Oh, and this is making me prolonging summer a little bit, I guess, because we're into autumn now. Well, we're into September, aren't we? So a lot of my plants in the garden are still doing good, but yeah, things are starting to die off. Right, so this one's a bit bigger and it won't go in. Because if you are looking at my pages and thinking, oh, do you know what I'd do with those? Do let me know. I'd love to know. Now the thing is, each one of these has got a thing, so I might leave that bottom strip on. It's just talking about the flower, so I think I will leave it on. I don't think it detracts from it at all. Alright, that one's an easy choose because it hasn't got a back on it. Oh, what are they all? They are all one type of flower, aren't they? That sounds like rain. That's surely not rain. It must be something outside. Goodness. Oh, it's probably roadworks. I've been waiting all day for them to stop. I hope they're not back doing it again. Right, did I make a decision there? I think we'll have that beautiful purpley side. I'll go for that one because it's got purple in it. To be honest, I could just turn them over and... Oh, and that one's an easy one. Okay, so let's say how far those pages go on here. I've got no hard and fast idea about what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it. Let's just get this the right way up. Right, so I want that to go over there like that. Yep, so that is the right way up. So am I going to just go all the way across? I'm thinking I might just come up to this spine and put some fabric on the spine because I don't want the actual cover to look like that, and I think it probably will. So fabric underneath or fabric on the outside? Outside, I think. So this is going to be quick and easy, isn't it? So it looks like just where those flowers end will fit just nicely, which I didn't know, on there. Yeah. Okay, first bit down straight away. Blue page. I feel like I had them out somewhere. Perhaps I put them away again. Excuse me a moment. Oh, there they are. Yep, I'm not going under the table for that, so we'll use the magazine that I've been using, well actually that I made this out of, to glue on. So it's just all shiny papers for you today, isn't it? Don't lose those two, Denise, that's it. Oh yeah, it's all banging and clattering today here. I think I notice it more when I come back from the caravan because it's just so very quiet where our caravan is. It's a fair way out of the town, not too far. you can walk it, but far enough for it to be quiet. And it's up on the cliff top, so the only noise we get sometimes is when the beach is packed down below and the wind is in the direction that brings the noise up. It's just, you know, it's background noise, and actually it's quite nice seaside background noise, kids on the beach and dogs barking and things like that. Far enough away not to annoy you, but kind of the sounds of summer, if that makes sense. And I've moved my cloths right over there, excuse my arm. I was so organised this morning, what's happened? Yeah, so this will be trimmed down again. I think it's going to be nice with some lace or material over the top of there. Can you hear the fly? He's joined us again. Okay, so we're more pinks and purple there, aren't we? What shall we go with here? Shall we have a set of these lovely purples, a bit smaller. Be nice if I could get the whole pictures in, but I'm not going to. So I think I'll try and trim down that side so I get more of the bright picture on it, and then I'll just glue it down. And should have done it from the other side. That was my cut up there, wasn't it? Not the choppers. Never mind. Yeah, so these are going to be stitched round as well, so that's good. I'm not really losing much of the... Yep, I think I'll just stick that down all the way and then cut off. And then if it... Oh, just saw those beautiful pink... They're called pinks, I think. Right, stick with what he said. See, I am definitely enjoying my papers. Right, so that's the glue side. And I don't need to come all the way up to this end. So I'm using my Scotch glue, which goes on beautifully. It seems to be quite good at sticking, although I have to say I am sticking here. Shiny paper to shiny paper. But we'll add to the crinkle factor of this. Crinkleness factor of this cover, but it will also stay in place because it's going to be stitched, so I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, you see I didn't cut it straight there, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered. Yes, I'll trim that off and then put that bend in. Oh, I thought it was going to be fairly quick, but it's an even quicker job than I thought. Mind, we haven't done the middle yet, have we? Oops. And again, it will be sewn and properly trimmed as I use it. That's very sticky, straight in the bin. And I'll probably put another big picture, but I don't know, obviously not floral, of something on the front. Yeah, it needs something down there as edging as well, doesn't it? Pretty though, pretty, I like it. Oh, how exciting, that is a parcel come through the letterbox. Right, what am I going to have across the top? Because these are, I'm going to end up chopping them in half, aren't I? Unless I put poppies. Let's have a look at the poppies. Such a shame to cut them though. No. Right, so we want the smallest flowers we can find. Oops. And those two are quite small. Let's take the bottom off. At least I've got a line to follow. to help keep me somewhat on the straight and narrow, not entirely. In fact, I'll cut it off there as well, so I've got less paper to deal with. That's it. Oh, do you know what? It is fun. It is very much fun playing with these. I think if I cut that lovely, is it lilac? I don't think it is. It looks similar, but I'm not sure that it is. It looks like little tiny bluebells or forget-me-nots. Oh, you see, I can choose any side I want now, so the pictures fit both ways. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe the purple over there. No, not liking those two together. Am I being too fussy? Because if I cut that in half, it'll do both of them, won't it? I mean, I've got a shortage of papers, haven't I? Oh dear. What do we think? 6? How big are you? 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. So perhaps 5, not 6, would be better. Yep, that's better. Well, I glued on that because it's sticking to me. I don't think I had, but maybe I have. It could just be the shiny paper sticking to me. So we could put that one there and that one there. Yeah, I think we will. Right, let's get a bit of paper underneath there, because when I stick it down, it's going to touch it, isn't it? Which one am I doing? That one? Yep. Okay. So again, I often say this when we're doing collage and covers. It never looks exactly what you know, wow, or what you were envisaging, etc., until you actually stitch it and edge it and, you know, all those types of things, and then it suddenly changes personality entirely. And I hope this is the case with this, because this is just a bit more crafting on the fly. I need something under there, or I'm going to stick again. You know, my mat must be bad, because even my hubby now is starting to say, it's time you had a new mat. I said, I know, but I'll just do the same thing to it that I've done to this. Oh, why do, and that could have gone all the way across there. Never mind. That might be where I'm going to put one of those little pictures, the daisies maybe. Okay, so I'm now going to cut, or shall I just turn it over? It's going to be covered, isn't it? I just think I'm going to get me scissors gloopy. Let's get an old pair that I'm not too attached to, just to cut down there. And then this can just be folded over to strengthen the top even more, because it's going to be covered. Ooh. Unstitched. I'm making a bit thick for stitching though, maybe. Never mind. The old sewing machine workhorse will do it, I'm sure. Okay, so I've got a little bit there to go over. Yeah. If it doesn't stick, I'll cut it off, but had a little bit, haven't you? But not very much. Gosh, I'm warm. Am I working hard, or is it just that we are still in our second mini heat wave? Yeah, so it does look a bit full on, I know. I've actually got some lovely, yes, I've got some lovely black ribbon. That will be nice on the spine and down that edge, because it's got this dark background here. And it'll set these beautiful pinks and purples off. Yes, definitely. Definitely the black ribbon. And then if I do black zigzaggy, yes, I'm feeling it now. Some black zigzaggy stitching in there. Now, I'm thinking I might want to stitch the outside. Yes, I do. I want to stitch the outside before I put my papers on the inside. Definitely. So is there any more on the outside to be done? Just this little corner here, isn't there? Where was those little daisies that I loved and cut out? You on the back of there? No. You're pretty though, aren't you? What did I do with the daisies, folks? There they are. No, I might want them whole. I'm thinking this. I need a tiny piece, don't I? And let's have the top half of this. Oops, I hope I've made that big enough. Yeah, I have. Have I? No, I haven't. I don't know. Me and me non-measuring. I don't think I've done that one any bigger. I have a bit. Oh, Kevin, what I was saying to you then. Nope, it's completely gone. Sorry, guys. Where did that one go up to? I can't remember now. There, I think. Yeah, it's not quite big enough, but like I say, it will be trimmed. I'll just put my arm in the glue page now. I invariably do. Oh. Can you stick yourself down? Oh, which bit was it that didn't stick? It was you, wasn't it? Little tinker. Let me fold that over. And where's the lid of my glue there? Let's have a look. It is a bit of a pressure point there, isn't it? And a little bit of art glitter in there to save the day. There you go. Put it all over me. Yeah, I've got glue on my arm now instead of the glue book, so whatever I lean on, I'm going to stick to. And do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I might not have the flowers on the inside now. I'm thinking I might have, because it's going to be a bit much with the floral papers I'm putting inside. I'm thinking I might have some of the more matte book page inside it. So I want to stop and glue it, but I will. I'll stop and not glue it, sew it, let it dry and sew it, and then come back on and we'll put something on the inside. I'll be back in a second. Okay, it's dried and I've stitched it, but it's getting towards tea time now, so it could be noisy outside. I've closed the door again, let some fresh air in while I was gone. So I'm sorry if you hear noise. The children are out of school and people are going past in the cars, etc. So because the windows are open at the front. So I've stitched it and I like it, I have to say. And I had navy blue cotton on my machine, so I just left the navy blue. Sorry, the light's probably dazzling, you know, because it's facing our way. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, I got those, and it's lovely shiny satiny ribbon that I've got. So that's going to be lovely down the spine. I can't decide whether to just glue it or might be nice stitched actually. So down the spine, but just so you see the rough, because you're not going to see that done. Well, you're not going to see it done in this video. And then I don't know about the edge because I quite like that stitching on the edge, so we'll see. But I cut 3 pieces ready anyway. And while it was drying, I decided, if you remember, I was going to put book pages on the inside rather than more of the shiny papers. I mean, these are out now, so they are going to be made into tags or something, so that will be another video. But what I did was I got my, I think I've put my book away, I have now, a Reader's Digest Encyclopedia Dictionary type book. I've shared it with you before, and I just sat while I was waiting for my pages to dry a little bit so I could sew them, just sat chopping all the edges off. So this was the page, I just chopped all the white edges off them. I didn't quite fancy that one in it. Sweet, but I didn't fancy it in here. So I guess this is using more book pages up, some images, so you'll see there are some. I thought I would use a lot, and I've cut a lot, but I've cut far too many, haven't I? And I think I might, well, I don't, if I go inside that first line of stitching, yeah, I might just twizzle some of them around. It's all making the whatchamacallit, the cover, it's making it. Don't like the animal one. There are some plant ones in here actually. Let's have a look. Did I press play? Yes. Sure, I came across some plant ones there. There was a skull on it. Beetle I don't like. I'm just a bit fussy, aren't I? Animals' feet, goodness me, I don't know. No, I just don't like insects either. I've got a few here. What was I saying? Yeah, so I might twizzle some of them around, something like that. Oh, we want to go right to the edge there. Yeah, that's all I'm going to need, just those few. So you could, if you were doing this, you could rip them up into smaller pieces and ink the edges and put them down. I've done that before. That makes a really nice journal card or masterboard or whatever. I've done that before, cutting them round. Yep, so I'm just going to glue these and put them down, and then that will be it for this video. So let's see if I can do it without sticking myself up too much. So I don't dislike the stitching on the inside actually. I wouldn't have minded it stitched both sides, but I just think for the pages that I'm putting in, I prefer it. Ooh, look at those insects. Oh, look, I prefer it the way I'm doing it. Okay, I hope you can see. I know my whole setup's moved now. I have to tell you that my husband came home. Bless him. And he got the hoover out while I was making a coffee and gave me a good hoover round because I was looking the worse for wear as regards bits of paper, etc. Bless him. He's a good one to me. But of course the tripod and everything's been moved, so you are not you are not where I left you, unfortunately. But I hope you still got a good view. Yeah, I quite like the feel of that paper. You know me and the touchy-feely of paper. So that's going into the spine nice as well. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. And I'm sure I won't put them down the way I had them a second ago. Oh, I'm gluing on the same sheet. That's not a good idea, is it? No. I got away with it. But they will be tessellated somehow. Yeah, this glue's really grabbing the paper well, so I think these are going to stick lovely without the stitching. And obviously the stitching has now held together all those layers of magazine. I was just thinking, do I want that there? But it's down now, just because it's in the crease. Yeah, so that magazine cover is well and truly secure. And this is just now adding to the thickness. Where did I put the other one of those? I don't know. Oh, there's insects on the back of this one as well. Yep, so it's going to be quite a robust cover. So obviously this video, this project today is about using up the book pages which I've done to make the journal cover. I will hopefully share making the actual journal with you, but that will be a different video if I can squeeze it in, because obviously I'm right in the middle of the flower fairies and I will be back to the flower fairies tomorrow. We need to get them finished. And I think I mentioned to you earlier in this video that I've got, and that's a nice one, I've got a big autumn project coming up. I'm going to do an altered book with some kits from Nanine at Collage Type, and it's a big book. So it's going to be quite a project. So I'll be doing little things alongside it, but I want to get everything done ready so that I can concentrate on it. I'm going to go right over here with this one because I like that daffodil bulb there. Yeah, I couldn't have picked a better paper really for the inside of this. It's moulding beautifully around the sewing and in the creases and everything. Can you see right over there? Probably not, can you? You can see me gluing but not sticking, are you, Denise? That's a nice page. Look up in that corner with it. Oh, I'm going to cut my daffodil. Let's have it across the middle there. Change your gluey page. So I'm not sure how long this video will be with the two put together. I don't think I'll have gone over the hour. I do hope not. Just wouldn't have been much of a video if you hadn't seen the cover stitched, and then where did I say, that way or that way? I'm going to go that way. The cover stitched and then the inside covered, would it? Would just have been sticking some book pages on some magazine pages. Doesn't really count, does it, as using up the pages? At least now you'll see a practically finished item. Yeah, liking that, really like that. So it barely took any. I'm going to cut this one down a bit so that I can see me daffodil. Strangely enough, it'll probably be covered up anyway, but I quite like those figures there as well. So let's go across there. I think I'll go across the top as well. I quite like those feathers as well. Let's see, I'm going to go too small in a minute, aren't I? Yeah, lovely. And I am, I don't like to, but I'm going to screw those up and throw them away because, goodness me, I have got some paper to get through. Right, am I right way? Yeah, sorry if you can't see me glue this, but you've seen me glue it before, haven't you? I'd rather you actually see what's going on the page, which I hope you can. Oops, so that was really quick. I thought that was going to take a lot longer than it did. All those papers I sat and cut up. But I will definitely use them again for something like this because they've been really good. So if I let that dry closed, I think is the thing. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it's come out with that, you know, that black ribbon down there. It's going to be a pretty journal, isn't it, with those lovely pages inside. Have I still got them here? I have. I mean, these need cutting down as well. They are quite white as well, but I think I'm going to quite like the contrast. yeah, they're going to need to be cut down, and I'm going to back them with something like lined, not back them, either print on them or draw on them some kind of lines for journaling, etc. Yeah, and I'm not going to put, I don't think I'm going to put pockets and things in it. I think it will just be a journal. Whoops. Yeah, it's going to be lovely. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for being with me. I thoroughly enjoyed looking at the pretty pictures and cutting and gluing like I normally do. So back tomorrow with the flower fairies, so please come along and join me. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. Subscribe if you haven't, but more than anything, have a lovely, lovely day. Bye bye.